Ricken Financial presents Kickin' with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement. Jerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost want to help you reach the retirement you deserve. Let's build a strategy that gives you the confidence while meeting your financial wants and needs. Meet the team at rickenfinancial.com. Now, Kickin' with the Rickens.
Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you subscribing to Kick In with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement. RickenFinancial.com. My name is Mark Owens. Jerry Ricken, Heidi Ricken Provost. How are y'all doing?
Great, Mark.
Great, Mark. How are you?
So I'm going to need y'all's help because I dropped a bomb on my wife and my daughter last weekend. Yeah, 2 weekends ago. But it was a good
You're
thing.
pregnant?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
I think those days have passed me by.
Okay.
But I told them I'm ready to take another family trip. And we go to the beach probably 2 or 3 times a year. But I said, we got to do it again. We need to do a Disney cruise and a week at Disney at the same time, like back to back.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, again.
Mark, you must have a lot more
Break
energy
that bank,
than me.
baby.
No, I think it was the box wine talking. But that's not the point. The point is, I know how much those two, we've been to Disney a couple times. And now that Caroline, my daughter's getting a little bit older, the older she gets, I think the more she appreciates it. And the more I see the joy in my wife, Gretchen, living vicariously through Caroline as well. So as a dad, as a father, as a husband, God almighty, it is just one of the joys of my life just to see those two so giddy and happy. So with all that being said, great idea on paper until you start researching the price.
I know, right?
It's an ouch.
You need a second mortgage to go to Disney nowadays.
Oh, my.
It's amazing.
Because
Yeah.
You're a family of 3.
yes, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Feel like a family of 4, 5, 6. Are you
I know.
kidding me?
I know.
And look, we've got a little bougie in us too. I ain't gonna lie. We got
Well,
a
I
little
believe
pinky
that.
out in us.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're not.
Oh, yeah.
We're if we're gonna do this, and if we're gonna spend the money, we're gonna spend the money
You're
to
gonna
make this
do it.
happen.
Yeah,
So,
you got to do it right.
so that's my question to y'all to kick things off here: is you build plans. You can help people when they want to take these bucket list trips.
Sure.
A year and a half, 10 years down the road, right? Like you're not just retirement planning, you're also experience planning.
That's exactly right.
We actually have a client who, well, 2 clients, they're a married couple, who just got back from Disney with their entire family. And that was one of their retirement goals, is they wanted to work to take their kids and all of their grandchildren to Disney. And it was something, they scrimped and saved. Took them a couple years to come up with the funds and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's it too. And selfishly, Caroline is 10 now. By the time we do this trip, she may be 11 or 12. I want to get it in before she becomes a teenager and hates us. So while she still has the magic, so it's starting to build a plan. All right. So as we're talking about experiences, before we get there, let's start from the very beginning. We reach out to you, rickenfinancial.com.
There was light.
There was in the beginning.
Oh.
There was light. We schedule that consultation as soon as we hang up the phone, or as soon as we hit send on the website. What can we expect? And walk me through all the way through the end of that first consultation with Heidi, with Jerry, with the team at Ricken Financial. What can we expect?
For starters, if you RSVP online to an event for us, or if you call in or put a request on the website, you'll get a phone call from someone in our office who will get to know you and set up the proper time and make sure you're prepared with all the tools that you need to come get to us safely. And that's going to end with a phone call and begin the next step with an email that's going to outline exactly how to find us, what to put in your GPS to make sure you don't end up down the street at an abandoned parking lot.
Because that happens quite often.
So we want to make sure you get to our actual office safe and sound.
Okay.
We'll make sure that you also know when you pull in our parking lot, the front of the building is actually the back entrance. So you're going to pull around to the back side of the building, get comfortable in whatever visitor parking spot you find, come on back through the back door where you'll take the stairs or the elevator up to the second floor, and you'll find us in suite 207 in the front left corner of the building.
The reason we don't recommend people coming up the steps in the front is because if you've ever seen the movie Rocky and you see him running up those steps, that's what the front of our building looks like. But we want to make sure that you're comfortable when you get here and you're not exhausted. So we actually ask you to come around the back. And we're conveniently located at 425 North New Ballas in Creve Coeur, Missouri. We're just around 270 in Olive. But on one side of us, for landmarks, is the Creve Coeur Post Office. And the other side of us is a bread co. Now, people around the country don't know what a bread co is, but in St. Louis, you know what a bread co it is because it's the St. Louis Bread Company. Everywhere else in the country, this entity is called Panera. It started in St. Louis, Missouri, as St. Louis Bread Company, and Panera has not been adopted to any St. Louis location yet. I understand they're going to do that and rebrand everything.
Well, when you go there and you get a cup, it says Panera on it, but the wall still says St. Louis Bread Company.
Yeah, and everybody calls it Bread Co. around here. So that's where we are.
And there's a little residential street between us and that Bread Co., but we're in that building in between the two.
All right, so we get parked, we get comfortable, we don't take the stairs. We get inside, we have our appointment. All right, now what?
Well, someone from our office with a friendly face will be greeting you when you walk through the door, and we're going to make sure you get extra comfy with a wide array of beverages and a coffee bar that could rival any Starbucks. So
we also have some additional caffeine in the form of Dove chocolates, a wide array of Dove chocolates. So those are always a big treat. And then you may be welcome with some cookies as well.
Yes, it does. We want to make sure everyone, feels at home.
So I'm hydrated, got a little sugar rush, a little warm cookie. What do you recommend that we bring with us on this initial consultation?
You will receive an email that outlines basically everything. We ask for everything plus the kitchen sink, and hopefully you don't bring that with you, but we'd like
if you do, call us. We'll meet you at the car and we can help you carry it because we have seen people that come with a big box and we don't want to add that work to you. You don't need to lug that all the way to our office, but we can definitely help you with that one.
But Mark, what we're looking at is things like your Social Security history, your earnings history of Social Security. We're looking for your investments, actually the detail of your investments. We're looking at how much you spend. We're looking at any kind of life insurance, any kind of long-term care insurance, what your investment, how are your investments held? Are they held in Roth form, a traditional IRA? Do you have a pension? We look at basically everything. And because we do a design based upon all that information. And the more information we have, the better information we can provide you in the form of recommendations down the line. But we just need to absorb. We're like a sponge in that first meeting. We sit there and it'll be either Heidi or I, or sometimes the two of us, will be sitting there and just absorbing everything that you can possibly tell us about yourselves and your lives. We want to know about you personally too. It's not just about finances. We want to know about who you are as a person, who you are as a family, what makes you tick, what are your goals, objectives, what are your fears, so we can allay some of those.
Well, and we also want to talk about taxes. So we just need a couple pages of your tax return too to go over that and make sure whatever we do, we're always looking at the taxation and giving you the best advice that we are aware of and that the partners that we work with on the tax side are aware of as well. So we can make sure anything you do is tax advantage for your family. So we'll need a couple pages of your tax return too. And then we're really going to start with who are you and what are your goals? Because every person that meets us is going to have a different idea of what they want to do in their financial future. And we want to make sure whatever we do, we're meeting those goals and we can help even exceed those goals with you too, based upon what they are.
That goes regardless of what age you are. What are your goals in retirement? And one of the biggest things that we like to do is, Heidi mentioned taxation. That's one of the biggest things we focus on because in 1981, when I graduated with an accounting degree, I became my family's unpaid tax preparer. And I've learned a lot about taxation over the years. And we just don't like just to prepare taxes, but we like to plan for taxes and plan to mitigate those taxes if we can in the future. And retiring tax-free is possible. You just have to start early.
I will tell you, we've even met with people that have never opened the envelope with their financial statements in it because they're too afraid to look at what the market's done. We're here to help and assist in this. So if it's something that really is that paralyzing to you, please do not be concerned. You can bring anything in. We just need a starting point from something so we can have a good foundation with you, but we can help relieve as much of those fears and stress as we possibly can by working through it together with you too. So we have done that as well.
When you come into our meeting room, there's no judgment. This is all about just information gathering and getting to know each other and seeing if we're a fit. And hopefully we are a fit. If we're not, we'll part ways and we'll be friends. And as Heidi says, we'll run into each other because this is a big, small town. St. Louis.
Oh yeah. When I see you at the grocery store, I'll give you a hug. Don't worry. We're going to remain friends no matter what.
That's right. 6 degrees of separation doesn't exist here. It's about 2.
So we come in, we have the discussion, we talk about income, goals, taxes, budget, get to know each other a little bit. Meeting wraps up, feeling good, walk out the door, then what? What can we expect next from the team at Ricken Financial?
Yes, on your way out, we're actually probably going to give you a hug if you're a hug person. Some people are not, and we get that, but we are huggers, so we're probably going to give you a hug because we do appreciate the time you've taken with us. And we're going to set up another time to meet back with you because, this is just the starting point to make sure we're building a good, solid foundation together. So we want to build upon that foundation like you would with your home.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll set up another time, maybe a week or two down the line. You'll come back in and you'll get to see our lovely faces again.
And what we'll do is we'll review what we went over to begin with and shore things up. We'll do a risk analysis with you. We'll figure out, we'll start getting into the meat of things. Do we have this correct? Because we want to make sure we have a good foundation before we can build on that foundation. Mm-hmm. Because, if you have a bad crumbly foundation, your house isn't going to last that long. We want your house to last at least till age 100. Beyond that, you're pretty much on your own. I'm not going to be around here by the time you're age 100, but who knows? I may be. But what we want to do is make sure we have a good foundation, and then we will ask you a lot more questions, and we'll gather more information. Then we'll be able to prepare for our third meeting.
And, in the interim, we're all about education. So if you have very specific questions, you want any more information on anything we talk about, we're going to be sending you, if you're an email person, we'll send you some emails with more information. If you're not, we can even send it snail mail. Don't worry. We have that capability too, guys. If you would rather it text, I can text you too. We'll make sure we get the information in your hands so that you can come prepared and confident with the education to make the right decisions alongside us.
And you are not required to become a client after that first meeting.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely
There's no obligation here. No. The only thing we ask is if we go through the entire planning process with you, which would be at least 3 meetings. If you like what we have to say and you like our ideas, we just ask that you implement them with us. But, there's no obligation here. We're just here to see if we can assist you in any possible way. And we know that we're not one size fits all. So we're hopeful we can do something to help benefit you for your financial future. And if that's the case, we'd love to work with you and continue the relationship.
You had me at cookies and hugs.
Oh, yes.
Amen. So to get to that third meeting, it starts with the first initial consultation. RickenFinancial.com. You can meet the team. You can see all the services they have to offer. The phone number's on the website. If you want to reach out and have a conversation, schedule that consultation from the homepage. Again, RickenFinancial.com. Think about it. Walking in a little bit nervous, but walking out with the relief that you know where you're at to meet your budget, your income needs, and your goals and retirements. Again, it all begins at RickenFinancial.com. Before we get out of here, y'all finish this for me. Every day
is a holiday.
Life is short.
Laugh hard.
Be happy, behave.
Or be gone.
Be gone.
Thanks so much for listening. This has been Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial, LLC. Ricken Financial, LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial, LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial, LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial, LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.